What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run It Up podcast. I'm your host, Najee Adams. You know, I got my guy with me today, Jalaal Sandy. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. It's Friday.
It is.
Weather's nice. Playoffs are playoffing.
And
Yeah, NFL draft was yesterday. Well, started yesterday. Day 2 today. My team picks today, so
nice.
I'm happy about that. Like 50, whatever.
Yeah, we got
53, 54, and I feel like they might trade back because it seems like all the good teams are trading back, but we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, today we're just gonna talk, give our like updated thoughts on NBA playoff series. I think we're about 2 games through every game now at this point. Some are 3 games through. Yeah, some are 2, some are 3. We're getting to that midway point of the series for most series. So we'll give our updated thoughts on them. Talk like losers, disappointments, if we're changing our prediction at all. And then we'll talk about day 1 of the NFL draft, talk what we thought were some good picks, some reaches, some guys that we thought would be there that, you know, won't be there, some guys that we think will be good day 2 or 3 picks. And yeah, so pretty much it's an NBA draft and NBA playoffs, NFL draft episode that you guys can tune into. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast everywhere that podcasts are found. Find us on Twitter at Run It Up Pod, Instagram at the Run It Up Podcast, TikTok the same at the Run It Up Podcast. Everything will be in the description down below, as well as our handles. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review everywhere that you listen to your podcast, and subscribe on YouTube. And so yeah, without further ado, we can go song of the week. I guess I'll start. My song of the week is by Tems. It is called Hold On. It is off her album Born in the Wild. I think that's the name of the album, right? Yes. Born in the Wild came out 2024. Hold On. It's the last song on the album. It's a banger. And so yeah, go check that out.
That is a great song. I agree with you. I haven't heard it in a while though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shocker for you.
I mean, Iceman soon come.
Actually soon come. Finally.
Yeah, soon come.
Can't even say nothing. I was gonna pick a Michael Jackson song, but out of respect for you, because I know you're not, I know you're not the biggest MJ fan. I am gonna do an MJ adjacent. My song of the week is "Mortal Man" by Kendrick Lamar. Great song.
Great song.
There's a line in there that I say all the time. I don't think I can say it on here because they might strike our video. But yeah, Mortal Man by Kendrick.
I feel it. So yeah, our songs of the week will be in the description down below. But we can get into NBA playoffs. I guess the talk of the timeline currently is the Nuggets being down 2-1 to the Timberwolves. I picked the Nuggets to win in, I think I said 5. I either said 5 or 6. Obviously 5 is out of that can't happen anymore. And I don't know that I think they're gonna rattle off 4 straight. So I don't think 6 is happening either. So if the Nuggets win, I think it'll probably be in 7. But I'm not feeling good about that right now. But what about you? How you feel about the Jokic and series is going on right now?
I picked Nuggets in 7. I mean in 6. Because I thought 1, Ant was hurt. 2, the Timberwolves are inconsistent game to game. So like going in, I didn't really know what you would get from the Timberwolves. And the first game showed that like they came out, they stuck with it, but at the end they kind of fell apart. But I did notice the process was correct, and quickly realized that my NBA Finals pick was about to go down in flames because the Nuggets have no rim protection whatsoever. None at all. Like they have decent on-ball defenders. They have good team defense, but I think overall their defense is overrated. And if you're just constantly attacking Jokic and making him work, like it's a lot for him to adjust to, given the energy that he has to give on offense. But the Nuggets are down. But the bigger story is Nikola Jokic for sure.
Yeah.
I think it is okay to acknowledge that he is a limited player on both sides of the ball. And that's not to say that he is a bad basketball player. He's still a top 3-4 basketball player in the world. However, every time someone reaches this upper echelon, the peak of their career, and they start putting up numbers that we've never seen before, the first person or the first two people we start comparing them to is MJ and LeBron. And let me tell you, that man is no LeBron, and he damn sure ain't no MJ.
No.
What I realized is the Timberwolves are just gonna live with him shooting anything above the foul line. If he's shooting a three, take it.
Good luck.
If he's shooting a mid-range pull-up, or not a pull-up, but like a mid-range jumper on a pick and pop, go ahead. They just don't want him dominating the paint. And credit to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has been absolutely fantastic in this series. I didn't think Jokic had a great game one. I thought he had a horrible game two, given the fact that Tim Hardaway Jr. went off. Cam Johnson gave you 13, 14 points. Jamal Murray had 20-something in the first half. I don't remember exactly what he had. And down the stretch in the fourth quarter, he doesn't score a bucket, or he scored one bucket, which was a dunk. Outside of that, I think he's been the third best player on his team this series. Like, he's coming off a performance where he was 5 for 26. 5 for 20. Bro, 5 for 26 is crazy. He's shooting 40% from the field this series, 20% from three.
Didn't he have more turnovers than made shots
last night?
In that last game?
Yes.
I saw something. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's bad. But I do like that. We can talk about that. We'll get to the Knicks and we'll get to the Cavs and the Lakers. But like, when guys are being held to that standard, we have to address it. And if this was LeBron in 2013, 2015, we'd be doing the same thing. If this was Shea, people were on Shea's ass. What day was that? Sunday, because he had a bad shooting game. Came back and gave you a 35 ball or whatever he had.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Jokic has been objectively bad for the entire series. And I think it's not just this year. Like, I remember 2 years ago when they played the Timberwolves and he did the same thing. Hey, you want that three? Take it. We don't believe you're as great of a shooter as the numbers say. And I do agree with that. Like, I think his volume doesn't add up to the 36, 37% that he shoots most of the time. And you also see that they're just limited defensively. Like, he can't. In game two, he was awful. Like, they had him running around, chasing the ball, and the Timberwolves did a great job of attacking and not letting the ball stick. Like, I think sometimes they get caught up in shooting too many threes. But when Julius Randle's getting downhill and Jaden McDaniel's getting downhill and Edwards getting downhill and then DiVincenzo's hitting threes, now everybody else gets involved. And you got Ayo Dosunmu also coming in the game going downhill. It's a lot to
Bones Highland.
Yeah, Bones Highland getting his rhythm. It is. Oh, and how could I forget Jelly Nas? Yeah. Nas Reed. When they're all clicking like that and the ball's moving like they're very hard to beat. It's just the thing where I didn't see it consistently throughout the regular season. But now that we're here, I think this series goes 7. I'm still going to say the Nuggets win, but if Aaron Gordon doesn't play like game 4, the Nuggets are in trouble. They're in big trouble because they're not getting – you can't rely on getting consistent production from the role players that I thought would be a little bit better, but like I expected the Nuggets to also win those first 2 games. And I expected the Timberwolves to come home and get their rhythm, and then we go back to Denver 2-2 and figure it out from there. But no, they're in a bad spot. Like, Jokic got to step it up. Jamal Murray was not good last night. And a role player's they've got to have one of those role player games. But I like looking at their team. I don't know who's going to do it. Tim Hardaway already gave you his game.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I'm going back and forth because I don't want to change my series prediction, and I feel like it's very easy right now to be like, oh, the Wolves are gonna win. But if we get to game 5 and it's like 3-2,
it can be
Nuggets,
2-2.
You know, like or 2-2. Yeah, if it's 2-2, then I'm like, I don't know. I feel the same way I felt going into it. So I don't know. I'm gonna still say Nuggets in 6. I'm gonna still say Nuggets in 6.
I'm still gonna say Nuggets. I do think it goes 7 though.
I'm a still, yeah, actually, no, I'm going to say Nuggets in 7, but I'm still going to keep the Nuggets as my pick to advance.
Yeah.
I do think, though, Nikola Jokic is on severe fraud watch currently. Like, I think a lot of people talk about the bubble ring as like the Mickey Mouse ring. I think we might have a case to say that the 2023 Nuggets ring is the actual Mickey Mouse ring. It's like Jokic is in convos. People want to say that Jokic is like a top 12, top 15 player ever. Oh, he Kobe, Shaq, Kareem, like in these conversations. Jokic has 10 playoff series wins in 11 years. 10. Jason Tatum has 15 in 9 years. Fucking Tyrese Halliburton has 7 in 5 years. Tyrese Halliburton has 3 less series wins than Nikola Jokic in 6 less years? Like, that is crazy.
Well, some of those years Jokic wasn't the starter, and then like it took Jokic didn't become Jokic. No, I'm just saying Jokic wasn't a starter full time until like 2019.
That doesn't matter to me. That does not matter. He is 30 years old.
No, I agree, but I'm saying
10
like
playoff series wins.
In
That's
10 years.
It. Yes, in his entire career. LeBron has 41, Kareem 37, Kobe 33, Shaq 32, Duncan 35, Jordan 30, Steph 23, KD 22. Jokic is 30 with 10 series wins. That's not moving me. I'm sorry. And this is his prime. This is prime Jokic. So, like, he's 1-7 against 50-plus win teams in the playoffs. And that one win was last year against the Clippers when it went 7, and they only won because Aaron Gordon hit a game-winner putback off a shot that Jokic airballed that would have put the Clippers up 3-1. Like, it's a lot of fraud shit going on when Jokic gets to the playoffs. In that 2023 ring, they played the 42-40 Wolves, the 45-37 Suns, the 43-39 Lakers, and then the 44-38 Heat. Since then, they are 2-2 in playoff series, and 3 of those series have went game 7. Like, I don't know. I think if Ant takes down Jokic, then we got to have some combos here.
There's a conversation. No, I already think there's a conversation. I just think Jokic is. I hate like diminishing players, but I think he is, like I said, limited as a scorer, as great of an offensive player as he is. I just think like he's not a better scorer than like Dirk Nowitzki. Never has been, never will be. He's not a better scorer than, obviously, like I'm not gonna bring up LeBron, KD, Jordan, Kobe. Like obviously not a better scorer. I would say more impactful. Like I feel like when we talk about Jokic's playoff success, a lot of it did come in that 2023 run.
Yeah.
But I do
like
think
43% from 3. Like that.
No, he did play historically well. Like his numbers were ridiculous in that playoff run. Let me see if I have them. Hold on. Because I just had to.
Both of our teams played against him.
Yes.
We got to watch it.
He was averaging 30. This is including the playoffs. This is a 20-game span. He played 40 minutes. Shot 55% from the field, 46% from 3. Granted, he only took about 4 a game. So this is why I'm saying like his 3-point ability is not as great as his percentage would tell you. But he still shot He still shot like 60% on 2s, and he averaged 13.5 rebounds and just a smidge under 10 assists. So he was playing like at his historically great levels. And I do think his regular season impact is a thing like that does hold some weight. But yeah, if you're considered one of the best players in the world and you constantly can't get by the same team. Last year they lost to the eventual champions, but before that you lost to Anthony Edwards, who's trying to creep in those top 5 conversations. Like if you lose to the Timberwolves twice in 3 years, that's tough. I do think it's just a bad matchup. Like they're more athletic. They're a better defensive team, and they can switch damn near everything. And Gobert, I'll give all my flowers to Gobert because I feel like he's done a great job where they were just like, hey, we're just gonna let you do single coverage so that we don't have to double. And if you do your Gobert thing,
live with it.
Yeah, if you do, and he's more impactful when everybody else is getting involved. When he has 40 and 11 and 7 assists, I think you live with that over him having 20 and 15 with 15 assists.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. I just think that like you said, like I think the offensive game has. I think Jokic gets put in these convos at the end of every year when he's always in MVP talks, when it's like, oh, Jokic should have been the MVP for the last 5 years. Like we always see people say like, oh, he might be the best big ever. Like that's just not true. Like just because he has 3 MVPs, playoff success matters. Like yes, individual awards are cool and accolades are cool and all NBA first teams are great. You have 1 ring in your prime. You have been to 1 finals in your prime. You have 10 playoff series wins. Like you've got I need more if we're going to start putting you in best big of all time combos.
Yeah, like right now that's just not true. Shaq and Kareem combos, you're just not there.
Yeah, no, and that's okay. That's fine. But we have to acknowledge that. Like you can be one of the. I think Jokic is in a tier of his own. As like there aren't many players I've seen like him, like at his size that can do what he can do at the level that he can do it. But that's not all that we take into account when we talk about legacy. Like as a skill set, sure, we may have never seen anyone like Jokic, but we're not saying skill set when we're talking about legacy. We're saying a total body of work, like skill set, accolades, championships, like all of that shit goes into where you get ranked. So to just be like, oh yeah, I never seen nothing like Jokic before. He the best big ever. He's just not. No, he's not. Like because we haven't seen shit like Shaq before either, and he has 4 rings, 3 rings, whatever.
We haven't seen anything since, and he has 4 rings, including a 3-peat.
Come on,
but I think the play to me that's like the epitome of what Jokic is, and I feel like it's the biggest issue with his game. Game 2, he gets the ball on the short roll and has a wide open floater, and got spooked, and dumps it off to Christian Brown for him to go to the free throw line instead of you maybe getting fouled or you just hitting the floater that you shoot. I think he shoots like 60% on that floater that in the paint. Brother, I'm
taking my chances.
You are the best offensive center in basketball today. I just feel like he has to be more aggressive. I know I just said like teams would rather him score 40, but like sometimes you just got to go out there and get your 40. Instead of trying to get everybody involved. And I think that was something LeBron had to learn, and other point guards that are scoring guards had to learn. And I just think that it's a bad matchup. If this was a regular season match, like it wouldn't matter that much, but the Timberwolves seem to turn up the intensity in the playoffs, and they know them very well. These teams, this is the 3rd time these teams have played in the last 4 years. So
and they don't fear them. They do not fear them. They don't. Like Jaden McDaniel said, "Yo, I smell bitch. I smell bitch," and everyone on that team. And they said, "Okay." And he came out and gave them 20 and 10 and banged it on them. Like
for Aaron Gordon to be like, "We don't care, bro," and then you don't play. If you knew you wasn't playing, why would you talk? You knew you wasn't playing. Bro, but no, what he said was true. They can't defend.
He said, "Yo."
They can't keep up with them. He named everybody on the team. He didn't name a few people like, oh yeah, like Tim Hardaway can't guard, or Cam Johnson.
He's like Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray,
Aaron Gordon. Like, bro, that's their starting lineup. Yeah, that's crazy. I do think Aaron Gordon can guard, but the rest of them, like Jamal Murray's not a great defender. Jokic is obviously a very mediocre defender. But
they're counting on guys like Bruce Brown. Peyton Watson's not even playing. Like
Peyton Watson can't play. And I think if Peyton Watson played, that would help a bunch.
Yeah.
Because that would at least be a body that you could put on and to give him, slow him down. I do too.
He on my Lakers wish list this summer, boy. I like me some Peyton Watson.
I think they pay him.
Yeah.
But bottom line, Jokic, we see what Jokic is, and that's okay. But he will be in hot water if they lose this series, rightfully so.
Absolutely, he will be. So what you want to go to next? You want to do Lakers Rockets or you want to do Knicks?
Oh yeah,
Hawks?
we gotta.
You gotta do Lakers Rockets. All right, I'll let you start this one off because I as a Lakers fan, listen, I said Lakers in 6. So you said,
but I thought that was
whatever.
I said Rockets in 6.
Okay, yeah. So hey,
I did have the Lakers getting a couple. Yeah, no, out of respect for what I know Braun can do, and there's 2 conversations I want to have. First, we got to tackle the Rockets.
Go for it. I'll clear out ISO.
So there's 3 people on the team that I would like to address. The first person, Ime Udoka, come on down, buddy. Listen, You had your your cute little run with the Celtics. It didn't work out, and now I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, that Celtics team was pretty damn good. Like they had Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, Peyton Pritchard, who barely played. Like he played 20 minutes a game. I don't think Porzingis was there yet, but Derek White was there. Robert Williams was there, who's giving quality minutes in 2026 in the playoffs. Great to see, brother. JJ Redick is running laps around you. He is frying you over and over and over. And I think like it's not all on him because I do think the roster construction of this team is very bad. They don't have spacing. They don't have a lot of athletes, or not like a lot of great athletes. The guy who's supposed to be their franchise player can't make a shot, not a single shot. So, even though those things are true, Ime Udoka, sir, you need to make an adjustment. They've been running the Lakers have been doing the same thing to the Rockets since mid-March. It's the same thing. When Luka was playing and he hit the step back three to basically ice the game in Houston, and they said they let KD cook in the first half of that game, and they came out in the second half and said, hey, we're just gonna show him doubles. We're just gonna throw doubles at him. He can't pass. And they've been doing the same thing since mid-March. And you're sitting there talking about, oh yeah, we just gotta make shots. What do you mean? You don't have shot makers. You play Reece Shepard 30 minutes the first game, you play him 11 minutes in the second game. Granted, he is horrendous defensively. But the Lakers are they're barely scraping 100 points. And you need to score. So why not just throw Reece Shepard out? Like, put him on the court with with Dorian Finney-Smith and KD and Jabari Smith, and just help him. He's a second-year player, but the organization drafted him top 3, and you're treating him like a second-round pick that barely made the roster. That's coming from the G League. Come on now,
bro. They haven't scored 100. They haven't scored 100.
They haven't scored.
They scored less with KD. They scored 98 in game 1, 94 in game 2.
And that brings up my point. I think KD is not a. Oh, we'll get to KD actually. Let me leave that over there. my bottom line with Udoka is you gotta something's gotta change. You can't in the press conference. You can't say, "Oh, we just gotta make shots." Like we're not hitting our shots. Defense is not the issue. Defense kind of is the issue. Because I'm watching Amen Thompson get absolutely fried by Luke Kennard. And I'm watching him, Luke Kennard's bringing the ball up the court. And Amen Thompson can't take the ball from him. That's a problem. I'm watching LeBron James pick your defense apart. Granted, that's LeBron James, but at the same time,
hey, he's done it to many.
I promise you, the worst thing you can do is, especially for someone who's 41 years old, is send a double.
Yeah.
Why? Let him beat you one-on-one. I promise you, any day of the week, if Luke Kennard, Austin Reeves not playing and Luka's not playing, LeBron has to beat me by himself.
Yeah.
I'm not
living with the ISOs.
This is the same thing we just said about Jokic. I'm not living with Braun throwing behind the back passes to Rui Hachimura in the corner so he could get hot. I'm not watching him. You send a double and he dimes it to the corner to Marcus Smart, and Marcus Smart is out here shooting like prime Steph Curry. And Luke Kennard has been amazing. He might be the best player the Lakers have had this whole, or at least their best scorer.
He's averaging 25 or 80%
on insane but all of his shots are wide open.
Yeah.
Or at least 60-70% of them are wide open shots. And this is supposed to be best defensive team in the league. No, y'all stink. Offense. This is what I said back in March when we were talking about the Rockets. I said they have a high school level offense in terms of production. This is exactly what I mean. They can barely scrape 90 points. And their offense is like a 1990s offense. No disrespect to the 90s. But if you can't break 100 in 2026 and the playoffs to me is a race to 100. Usually the first team to get to 100 and with 2 lower scoring teams, that's the team that wins. And once I got LeBron, LeBron could get you to 100. It don't matter who's out there. Person number 2, Alperen Sengun, step up to the table, my brother.
That brother's not that brother, man.
Oh my goodness. hey, listen, you might not be a Rocket next year, so you might want to get your act together. And I looked at his numbers from last year's playoff series and this year's playoff series. He has not had a good playoff game since game 1 of that game versus the Rockets, where he dunked on Draymond Green. Every game since then has been piss poor.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is just his skill set. Like, he's not athletic. He's a 6'9" center. I don't think he's really 6'10", 6'11". They're lying. Because LeBron is almost taller than him. He thinks he's Jokic, so a lot of these passes he's throwing look fancy, but actually go absolutely nowhere. He can't hit a post hook. He can't hit a mid-range jumper. Can't shoot threes. Can't shoot free throws. What are we doing? Why are you out here? Why? What? They're paying him like $40 million to do this, and I'm afraid to say it. Kevin Durant might have been right. Like, I think it was a bad thing to do as a teammate, but I see no lies. Yeah, Sengun can't run or help run an offense. Amen is not a natural floor spacer, nor is he really a facilitator. And he doesn't really have impact on offense until the ball or unless he touches the paint. So, like, if I'm Sengun, I feel like I'm sitting here getting locked up by DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes. I need to step in the room, look in the mirror, and say, I'm just better than them. Why am I getting locked up by DeAndre Ayton, who's had a horrendous season, and I was just an all-star? Yeah, your clock is ticking. And last but not least, Kevin Wayne Durant. Come on down, brother. Come on down. Listen, I understand the team construction is not great. I understand.
It's the team you chose to come to. The team you wanted this.
I understand that y'all lost Fred VanVleet. I understand Steven Adams got hurt. But brother, man, you just have to be better. Why are we in year, is this 19? Year 18 or 19, and you see a double coming and you piss down your leg? He had 9 turnovers in game 2. 4 of those turnovers came in the fourth quarter of that game. I watched him. He's firing darts to someone that's standing right next to him. He's trying to throw a pass like he's Magic Johnson through 3 defenders. He watched Marcus Smart come double team him just for Marcus Smart to look him in the eye and slap the ball out of his hand. And on top of that, I think he's 1 for 4 in the second half of that game. You just got to be better. And I think also, this is who Kevin Durant has been his whole career. I think about, like, how close of this version of Kevin Durant is he to the version of Kevin Durant that we saw leave OKC? I think it's maybe a step down from that player because of the Achilles injury, but in terms of skill set, it's the exact same guy. Kyrie's not walking through that door. James Harden not walking through that door. Steph Curry's not walking through that door. Russell Westbrook is not walking through that door. So you've played with 4 Hall of Fame point guard, shooting guard, combo guard, whatever you want to call them. And now that you don't have that, you can't function. Like, I get it. He's the type of player where, like, he's got to get to his spot. He's an elite scorer, great in terms of for a skill set. I think he's the greatest scorer from a skill set perspective. But why do you need someone to set you up all the time? Like, when he was with the Suns, him and Devin Booker struggled because Chris Paul wasn't getting to him in the right spot. And I think he was hurt the other year. So they missed the playoffs one year and then they got bounced in the first round the other year. You shouldn't need all of this. I get it. Like, the team is really bad, but you chose this team. You wanted to be here. You could have went to the Spurs, which I think would have been fantastic for you. You could have went to, honestly, could have went back to the Warriors if he wanted to. I think Miami was an option. I think he would have ended up, like, in the same type of predicament going to Miami.
You could have stayed where you were.
Yeah.
You could have stayed where you were.
They would have ended up the same thing they're doing right now, getting bounced by OKC.
Yeah.
And I think the Knicks would have entertained him as well. But, like, there were better options out there for Kevin Durant than the Houston Rockets. But he wanted to go to a team where he knew he was going to get the ball, where he knew he was going to be the number one option. And it just seems to me that, like, we're in a stage of basketball where the older stars, the James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron, Steph, cannot be the best player on your championship team anymore. Regardless of, and I would say Kevin Durant is probably the best one out of all of them currently. I guess now that we're in the playoffs, you might be able to get away with the Bron argument, but in terms of like production, Kevin Durant's still giving you like 27 points a game. Mm-hmm. So for him to be the best one production wise and still not be able to take a team out of the first round, like your team's struggling to score 100 and you're supposed to be the best scorer in league history, but double teams is your downfall. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I could go way deeper with the slander, but I'm gonna leave it at that because I could go a lot further with Kevin Durant, but we're gonna leave it at that because we got more games to talk about, and I know you want to get your Lakers stuff off. Oh, one more thing, LeBron. Listen, I don't have GOAT debates. You know, I haven't done GOAT debates since like 2016, 2017. What I will say is, I don't know how people watch LeBron and like just acknowledge the fact that we're watching something we've never seen before. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, he's been my GOAT for a minute now. So like, I don't even have GOAT debates either because I just know who the best basketball player to ever walk this earth is.
Well, I think it's also like I agree with the fact that I think it's more so about errors than it is about just comparing player to player to player. Because somebody that played in the mid 2000s is going to score less than the guy that's playing in the 2020s. It's just how the game has transformed.
And I think people are disingenuous with it. Like people hold longevity against LeBron and they're like, oh, well, he's been in the league all these years, but he only has 4 rings. And it's like, okay, but why is the fact that he's in the league this long and still producing at this high of a level in probably the most talent packed era ever not matter? You know, like everyone always says like, oh, Jordan 6-0, cool. He was in the league for 15 years. What happened all the other years? You know, like I think no one ever talks about those years, but LeBron doesn't win every year. And it's like, well, okay, they both
I also think that like longevity is becoming more of a normal thing now, just due to sports science. Like James Harden is in his 16th, 17th year. Like Steph is 38, KD's 37. Yeah, exactly. Like longevity is becoming a thing, and I think it is impressive. But like I think it also is just a result of science.
But I think it's longevity while also playing at the level that he is. It's not like he's just in the league, you know, like he's in the league and leading a team to a potential playoff win.
If they win this series, I feel like it doesn't affect his legacy to me because you're in
he's either one or two
conversations.
Like he's either one or two.
Yeah, you're in greatest of all time conversations regardless, but I do think it just shows his value. Like I do think he's the greatest floor raiser of all time. Like I've never seen a guy just you put him on any team and they'll be competitive.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Like he's a unique player and there's a reason why like a lot of people think he's the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't even have a lot of Lakers shit to get off because I don't want to pop it until we actually win because like the worst thing to do would be like we did our job. We won our 2 home games. Like there's no we could come back to LA tied 2-2 and I'm feeling like shit. So I'm not even gonna really pop it. I'm happy that we won these 2 games. All I said was Braun get us 1 because I think if Braun got us 1, we get Luka back, and if Luka gets back, I think the Rockets are fucked. So
I don't think Luka's coming back, though. But Reeves is.
I don't think Luka's gonna come back, especially if we. I mean, I would be absolutely shocked if we won tonight. I think the Rockets. I don't think the Rockets got that much dog in them, but they got enough dog to not go down 3-0. Like the Raptors got a game tonight. You know, you don't think the Rockets win tonight? Oh, no. I think that's a hot take. You better go slam Lakers money line then, buddy.
I think they win. I think they win game 4, but I think this series could be over in 5.
I think if Reeves comes back tonight, he's definitely going to be on a minutes restriction. He's probably like 20 minutes. And it's going to, like, if Reeves comes back tonight, I don't think we're seeing him that much, you know? Like, I think
he's replacing who? Jake LaRavia minutes?
Yeah, like, we're getting a better player.
Way better.
We have another ball handler, you know?
Exactly. And he can get you 15 in 15 minutes. Like, he's one of those players that can get hot like that.
Like, there's no more Bronny bringing the ball up the court. Those 4 minutes are now going to be Austin Reeves. So, like,
The other day, Bronny checked the game and turned the ball over.
I immediately after game 2, I said, yeah, he's just not ready. Like, I'm cool. Like, it's fine. He's not ready, and that's cool. But I'm down. We got to stop it because like those 4 minutes are crucial fucking minutes. Like, this is not regular season hoops no more. Like, those 4 minutes can shift the fucking series. Like, I'm not doing that. If I'm down for Nick Smith, I'll put Nick Smith in. Give Nick Smith 4 minutes. I'm cool.
I was wondering why he wasn't playing.
He could get me a bucket. He can get me a bucket. I've seen Nick Smith get a bucket before, like, and so I'm cool with that. But I'm if Austin comes back, that would be great. But I think when you just look at the makeup of the teams, like realistically, the Rockets have they have 2 players on the court that you're scared about shooting: Kevin Durant and Jabari. Outside of that, like,
I wouldn't even say Jabari, bro. Jabari shoots like 36%. He shoots 36%, and all of his shots are essentially wide open.
Yeah,
like,
but like he's not
an elite shooter. You live with him hitting a few. You just don't want him to get hot.
You're closing out. Like you're not like let him shoot it. Whereas like if Amen is shooting it, you're like, that's a turnover. If Tari Eason is shooting it, you're like, we'll live with that. Now, of course, he's fucking Steph Curry in this series. But like,
he had a great game 1.
Yeah, but usually you're living with Tari Eason shooting it. If Sengun is shooting it, you're living with that. They're not playing Reed Shepard because you put Reed Shepard on the court and it's barbecue chicken. So like, I think that you really only have.
They should though.
I think they should play him too because you need offense, you know. But like, when you look at the way the Lakers are constructed, you have LeBron out there, and then you have Luke Kennard, who is one of the best shooters in the NBA. You have Rui Hachimura, who's also shooting over 40%.
He's one of the best, like percentage-wise, one of the best playoff 3-point shooters in like the last 5 years.
And also, those 2 players are also 2 of the best mid-range shooters in the league. Whereas like Tari and Sengun and Amen also can't do that. So like you're not closing out whatsoever. You close out on Rui, cool pump fake. He is, by percentages, the best mid-range shooter in the NBA above Shea. Luke Kennard, by percentages, is like top 5. Like, so you have 2 top 5 mid-range guys. You close out hard. We're taking the midi, and we're living with that. So, like, I think the offenses are just set up differently, and that's why the Lakers are succeeding on top of the fact that they have the best player in the series in LeBron James, in my opinion. But I think the Rockets, if we're going talent for talent, the Lakers are missing 60 points per game. You can tell me about Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams all you want. That's not Luka and Austin Reeves. So like, I don't think that there's any excuses here. I think the Rockets win game 3 and it's 2-1. And then I think we see, Austin tries to come back. I think the Rockets might win game 4, 2-2 going back to LA. And then I think that's when we see that dawn. I think that that's wraps. And I think it's GG's.
You think Luka comes back for game 5?
I do. If they tie it up, I think Luka comes back. I think that
didn't they already rule him out for the series?
They're like, well, we're trying to see if he comes. It's out indefinitely, but we're gonna keep giving updates every fucking time that we play.
Indefinitely is not.
It's out indefinitely until it's game 6 and it's 3-2 and it's.
Our season's on the line.
Luka Doncic questionable. Oh yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what they did with Reeves. They was like, yeah, he's gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. It's week 3. Hey, he's good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Exactly. So I think that's how we're playing it. If we go up 3-0 tonight, I think he's not coming back.
It's over.
I think he's not coming back. Over. And we go and we save him for OKC, who are gonna absolutely bust our ass. But I think that if it goes game 6 and it's 3-2 either way, I think he plays. I do because I think they want to. Well,
I think the only way he plays is if y'all go 7, which I can see happening because like if the Rockets win tonight and then they win Sunday, because today's Friday, the Rockets win the next 2 games in Houston and y'all go back, y'all get the LA game, and I don't think they would stress Luka playing game 6 just to close out a series because you have Bron, and at that point, Austin Reeves will be back. There's nothing for the Rockets to pull out of their hat. They have nothing. No one coming back. No one's coming back. There's nothing for them to show. Steven Adams isn't flying in a cape. Fred VanVleet is done for the season. I do think Luka would come back if there was a game 7.
I was also looking at that Brunson series and his last year in Dallas where they played the Jazz and Luka was out. And so Brunson won them. It was 2-1 going into game 3. Luka came back game 4. They lost. It was 2-2, and then they won in 6. And so it was like if they granted Mavs, Lakers, two different staffs, but just in like situation wise, I think that's a decent enough comp. Like they brought him back when it was 2-1. And so, like, I could see it being 3-2 and the Lakers being like, all right, let's fucking close this shit so we can get some rest before we got to go play these fucking foul demons in Oklahoma. So I think that we'll see. But regardless, hopefully the Lakers win this series. I'm saying nothing else because I see nothing but pain in our future. And I know that we're gonna get blown out one of these games, and all of this good like karma that we're like, oh yeah, Lakers are back, like LeBron, and then we're gonna get blown out by 25, and it's gonna be like shit. Maybe we're fucked. So as of right now, I'm just cooling it. If we win tonight, I'll say I'll pop all the shit in the world. But until then, I'm cool.
I give the Rockets one more game to make adjustments. If I see Aaron Holiday out there trying to give you some minute. If I see Jayshawn Tate play basketball one more time, there's gonna be in it. I don't know. I didn't even know he was still on the Rockets.
Getting LeBron tight. I'm like, you don't want to do that, brother. I'm sorry, you don't want to do that.
Dylan Brooks tried that. Yeah. But low key, last thing I'll say about LeBron, we can move on. It is hilarious to see LeBron smoking layups and missing all the shots that like you so used to him. There was a play where he like flew down the lane and he tried to reverse jelly it, and I was like, I was like, yo, if that was 5 years ago, he's yamming that.
Yeah, but he's doing reverse,
bro. Reverse dunks, but then trying to do reverse layups, like, bro, you are 6'9", 250. Stop it.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our Lakers. Do we want to move the Knicks Hawks? Let's do we want to talk Pistons Magic? Maybe there's a little bit of that. I'll say
not yet.
No, okay,
a little bit. If you want to do like 2 minutes, I don't
got much to say. So we could go Hawks Knicks. Hawks lead the series 2-1. They won game 2 in New York. They won game 3 in Atlanta by a combined total of 2 points, which is crazy. They've been amazing games through and through. It's been a great series to watch. We posted that TikTok where I said that the Knicks can't win. I said Hawks in 7. That was my Hawk take. We posted the TikTok that the Knicks can't win anything with Brunson. People are calling me insane. They're telling me to post a video of me making a layup. I think that, listen,
I should do that.
They call me a man. There's no hoops in my shit. I haven't been to a fucking court.
You live in New York City. What are you talking about?
I could go to a little basketball, hit niggas with a little jelly word.
Just shoot it and then look at the camera like.
Yeah. But listen, I think this is my point. I think this is my very point played out in literal HD 4K. Look at this last 2 games of this series, and this is my point. I'll get into more of it later, but I'm curious what you think of this series. Jalen Brunson, Knicks, Hawks, CJ McCollum. Yeah. What's up?
I think I said Knicks in 6. So I did have the Hawks taking a couple games because
you had them winning 2. Shit.
They're a scrappy team. They've got some really great athletes over there, and they're a little bit deeper than the Knicks are. So I do think that their youth and their athleticism causes problems. And they got an elite defender in Dyson Daniels who can just make life hell for Jalen Brunson. I did not anticipate CJ McCollum turning into Damian Lillard for 3 games. He is absolutely frying shit, and shout out to him because he's like the vet of the team. And I think his energy it's not really like rambunctious, but it's like you can tell that he is the leader of the team. Like he goes as they go. Not that he's the best player on the team, but he sets the tone every game. And with Jalen Johnson struggling and Nickeil Alexander-Walker being up and down, I think his production and his contributions have been a godsend for them because he is hunting Jalen Brunson nonstop.
Relentlessly.
I don't know if this series goes 7. I don't even know if the Hawks win the series, but I do think the Knicks have a wake-up call because, listen, Mr. Brunson, sir, you were about to be in hot water as well. Not as much as Jokic, but, brother, you have to pass the ball. It's fine. You can pass the ball. I've been on here praising Brunson for the last 2 years about his the way he steps up in clutch moments and in big games. And I think he still does that. But I think he's part of the problem. I think Mike Brown is part of the problem. I think Mikhail's 0 points Bridges is part of the problem. And altogether, it just doesn't work. There's no consistency with the way they do things. I brought up the fact that they started running Cat and Brunson pick and rolls in April. And last night, they didn't go to Cat at all in the first half. And then all of a sudden, they're like, damn, maybe we need to feature Cat more. Yeah. Like, he's not this generational, unbelievable superstar player. But, I mean, if he gets hot, y'all win a game. Y'all got the OG game and still lost.
Mm-hmm.
OG had 26. So, I mean, for the Knicks, I just think it's a matter of, one, somebody got to slap the hell out of Mikal Bridges. Wake up, brother. They traded their whole future for you. It's not your fault, but hey, they traded their whole future for you. You might be eating cheese curds in July, so you might want to wake up. Jalen Brunson, I think I might have been wrong about him. I think he's more limited. I think he's more limited of a player than I would like to admit. I do have some bias with it because he's a small guard and he's a lefty. I got a sweet spot for lefties because I'm one myself. Yeah, his defense is real bad, bro. Like it's Trae Young levels bad. He's on. If you're going at him, it's almost a bucket every time.
A non-basketball related question that I was thinking about when you were hooping, right? Like you were a point guard, right? Like we're talking about Allen, AAU.
Yeah.
Were you a good defender?
Guard. No. I had good hands. I had good hands. I was slow.
Got you. I feel like they're not hunting niggas.
I wasn't. But I mean, when we were younger, I wasn't small. I didn't get like small until we were in high school. Yeah, everybody just grew past me.
Yeah.
At that point, like it was like, damn, I'm just smaller than all of y'all. I can't really do much.
But you was like an average defender.
Below average, but not like, if he on the court, it's reps. Yeah. But I'm also playing against like dudes that got scholarships to play in high school and went to go on to play like JUCO or like D2, D3 college ball. So like they're better than me. It's fine. But I'm not like I wasn't the best player on my team getting fried up by the best guard on the other team.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember because I couldn't remember how you played defense. I remember your offensive bag. But I couldn't.
My defense wasn't great. Defense wasn't great. I just had good hands. Like I could get steals. But I couldn't stay in front of nobody. Couldn't stay in front of much.
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think that the Jalen Brunson era in New York City is rapidly getting to a place where we might be saying it's ending. Not saying that Jalen Brunson is not going to be on the team. He's under contract until the 2028, 2029 season. He will be on the team. I'm saying that the era is coming to an end for one of two things. One, I think if they lose this series, the Knicks themselves and Knicks fans will just actually no longer believe that they can win something of value with Jalen Brunson as their best player. And once you stop believing that you can accomplish the goal of the sport, the era is fucking over. And two, I think that they are going to have to bring in a better player than Jalen Brunson if they want to actually compete for a championship. I think they're going to have to go for Giannis. I think that he can be the second best player on a championship team. He can be Kyrie. He can be Jamal Murray. Shit, he can be Fred VanVleet on that Raptors team. But, like, he can't be LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, KD.
Was not the second best player.
It was Pascal Siakam. But, like, Pascal Siakam. But, like, he was doing what he needed to do. He did his fucking job, you know? And so, like, he can be that level of, like, offensive-minded guard for the Knicks. He just can't.
I don't want to cut you off again, but Fred VanVleet didn't even start. Kyle Lowry was the starting point guard, brother.
Shit. Oh, fuck. I guess.
Yeah, he was coming. He was like their sixth man.
I guess I could say like Kyle Lowry.
No, but like, he could be Kyrie. He could be.
He could be Kyle Lowry. He could be whatever the fuck you want to say. He could be a small guard that's not the best player on the team. There we go. But regardless, like, I just think that they have to get a better player than Jalen Brunson to be able to actually compete. And I think they have to be number one in the Giannis sweepstakes. Like, I'm sure every team in the league, all 29 other teams are going to want Giannis. The Knicks have to give up whatever it takes to get, if they want OG, Mikal, Cat, whatever it takes, it does not matter, because you have all these 3-and-D defensive minded guards right now. And who gives a fuck? Because CJ McCollum is ruthlessly hunting Jalen Brunson on every possession and giving you 30. Yeah. So none of that defensive minded guard shit matters. If this is going to be what the team ends up being. And like, I know we talked about this when we talked about the draft, like we'll talk about it again, but I tweeted like, this is the Darius Acuff convo. Like, this is exactly it playing out in real time. This is the Darius Acuff convo of like, great. Jalen Brunson is a 99 percentile outcome for Darius Acuff. Like, if you tell me Darius Acuff ends up being Jalen Brunson, I'm like, okay, cool. That's a great player.
That's a top 15 player in the league.
That's a top 15 player, but at the end of the day, that's not winning me a chip. And so I think if people are drafting Darius Acuff with the thought that we want him to be our lead guard best player, you're going to be sadly fucking mistaken, because this is what it looks like. This is that. Yeah. This is Darius Acuff going to put up 28, 7, and 4, but he's going to give up 35, 6, and 7, and you're going to lose. So like, I think that is that scenario playing out in real time. And we'll have time to talk about that when June comes around and we get into the draft combos. But this is what it looks like. For anyone that didn't know, go watch the Knicks. That's what a Darius Acuff led team will look like.
It's something to be said about teams that when you play them, you don't really have anyone to hunt. I look at the Timberwolves. Who are you hunting on the Timberwolves? No one. DiVincenzo's a good defender. Ant's a good defender. Jaden McDaniel's an elite defender. Julius Randle holds his own, and Gobert is an elite defender. I look at the Hawks. Who are you hunting? CJ can hold his own. Like, he's a veteran defender, so he's kind of smart. Nikhil, great defender. Dyson Daniels, elite. Jalen Johnson, but like, he's athletic and can kind of just hold his ground enough. And Onyeka's a great rim protector. Another team, obviously, Oklahoma City. Shea, not a negative defender. J-Dub, he's out, but like, when he's playing, one of the best wing defenders in the league. Lou Dort, a hack, but a great defender. Chet, one of the best rim protectors in the league. No one to hunt there. Go over to San Antonio. Can't really hunt Fox. You can't hunt Castle. You damn sure ain't going at Wemby. So like, it's something to be said about especially when it's your best player. Like, you got a guy that I'm looking at the Knicks and the Nuggets. Like, your best player can be hunted and they can attack your best player, and that will affect his production on offense. I don't know. The Knicks have to get something out of Mikal Bridges. Like, he cannot get away with
and get benched. Like,
yeah, bro, that's not
like, hey, if you I hate when people say this because this isn't how basketball works, but like, theoretically, if you score one bucket, we win the game. Like, you know, like if you have two instead of zero,
if you just defend better. If you just defend better, like, guys are cutting back door, they're getting by you, they're shooting over you, bro. You're supposed to be maybe not an elite defender, but like good enough to where we don't have to help you.
Yeah. Like, we lost by 1 and you had 0. If you scored one single bucket, we might have won the game.
And they had to put Deuce McBride in the game because you couldn't get a bucket. That's not ideal. I do think Mike Brown needs to have some consistency with his approach. Because it does seem like he's just all over the place.
I think some of the lineups are crazy. People are gonna be, if they lose a series, people are gonna call for his head. But it's like, we can't just keep firing fucking coaches and hire who? Who are you gonna hire?
I think firing Tibbs was the right move. Like, I do think his time had come to an end and he had overstayed his welcome. And I did think he was running dudes into the ground and just being stubborn, kind of like how Ime is, like, just not wanting to adjust to the things that were very, very clear.
No, I agree. I think that,
but you can't have 3 coaches in 3 years. You can't.
No. And also, it's not like, hey, the makeup of the team is just not going to be one that wins a title. Is he getting this team to their ceiling? Okay, maybe not. We can argue that till the cows come home. But like, hey, you're not winning shit if fucking Phil Jackson was your coach with this team. You're not. So like, we have to do something here outside of who the coach is. And so yeah, that's our Knicks take. I don't have much to say about the Pistons. I just want to say the same thing I've said for the last fucking 2 months. I don't think they're a serious team. I don't. I think when Cade Cunningham is the only threat to put the ball in the basket, and his lung was in his ass 1 month ago, like that's just never going to translate to serious basketball. Like they need MPJ. They need someone. If it's not Michael Porter Jr., they need someone outside of Tobias Harris who is a legitimate threat to score the basketball, or just flat out someone who can create a shot for themselves. That's not Cade Cunningham, because that's not Asar Thompson. That's not Jalen Durant. That's not fucking Karis LeVert and Dennis Jenkins. Like, that's not Duncan Robinson. Like, Cade is giving them an all-time carry job right now. Like, they're plus 15 with him off the court and minus 23.6 with him off the court. Their offensive rating goes from 114.3 to 87.1, which would be the worst in basketball. That would be the worst of all time. Like, the 2010 Nets, I looked it up, had an offensive rating of 99.3. Like that, like the Pistons offense without Cade is historically disgusting. So, like, I just think that he is giving them everything that they have right now. Like, he has to do legitimate. He has to play the best basketball of his career for them to have a shot to beat the fucking Orlando Magic.
And he is.
Yeah, like
he's doing that.
Yeah, like what happens when they play a team that isn't the Magic? They're gonna lose. I just think that has to be the Pistons' number one. Like that has to be their number one priority this offseason.
I agree with you. I think like if Kawhi Leonard is available, try to get him. Tobias Harris is a free agent, so those numbers do come off your books. And look, listen, you shake Tobias' hand, say thank you for your service. You were a great vet, but we can no longer use your services.
Yeah.
I think they should, like, if Kawhi's available, take a shot. If Giannis becomes available, might as well take your shot. Like, you need somebody that can come in there and be a difference. Maybe not be better than Cade, but like someone to just take the pressure off of him. He has to create everything.
I think Cade can be your best player. I just think you need another player that is good.
You're asking him to create for himself, create for others, and also be a solid defender on the other end. Like, he's guarding Paolo on the other end, who's got like 4 inches of height on him and about 25 pounds.
And then coming down and has the highest usage rate in the playoffs. And like, come on.
And still giving you an efficient 40 ball.
Yeah.
And nobody else can hit a shot. Jalen Durant, you're on fraud watch, brother. You were an all-star. This was your breakout year. I did predict it, but like, come on, bro. You making me look bad. Making me look terrible. I did have them losing in the second round to the Cavs anyway. But yeah, they could lose this series in like 6 if they don't pick it up. Like, I don't
crazy, bro.
But I do think like the Magic are not a true 8 team to me. I think Paolo is full of talent. He just has inconsistencies, as we saw from game 1 to 2. Mm-hmm. Franz was out all year, and when he's healthy, he's one of the better wings in the league. And Desmond Bane is still an elite shooter. Like, he can still give you 20 to 30 points efficiently.
Jalen Suggs is nice.
Yeah.
I like me some Jalen Suggs.
I like what he brings, but offensively he kills me. Like, he falls in love with the 3 ball, and then he can't give you anything else. So if his 3-point shot's not falling, he's got to get hustle buckets.
Yeah,
and they
got Wendell and Goga and Tristan Da Silva's giving them minutes. Like, they got
Jamal Cain out there giving them minutes, bro. Everybody's out there hustling, playing hard. They're a tough team, and they're hard to beat in Orlando. So I'm curious to see how Game 3 goes for them. Yeah, bottom line, Pistons need help. I think the Magic are okay, but I do think they will need to have some type of solution at point guard, because I don't think Jalen Suggs is going to cut it with the money they're paying him. Like, you have all this money invested into that core of Suggs, Paolo, Franz, and Bane. Like, somebody's got to give you more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that I really didn't have much to say about Celtics, Sixers, or Cavs, Raptors, or Spurs, Blazers, or Thunder, Suns. So if any of those series you got a take you want to get off, go for it, because I don't really have much to take away from that. I think the Cavs are going to do what they need to do versus the Raptors. I think the Celtics are going to take care of business. I think the Thunder might sweep the Suns, and I think when Wemby comes back, the Spurs are going to take over that series. So,
yeah. Well, if Wemby comes back, we don't know when he's coming back. If he even comes, he is traveling, so that's a good sign. But yeah, if he don't come back, they're done. Like, that series might go the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder are sweeping the Suns. the Suns are just a bad team. Jalen Green is not a great playoff player. Like his shot diet stinks and
great play-in player.
Great play-in, but not a great playoff
Yeah.
player. Devin Booker is slowly becoming overrated. But shout out to Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is hooping. He's been hooping for the last 2 games, and he's their most consistent player. But J-Dub is hurt. So that's a big thing going in the round 2. We'll see what happens with his hammy. He's been dealing with that all season. Cavs Raptors. I did not watch the game last night. I caught like the last 4 minutes. But I will say, I told you Scotty could get them one. I
think beating a team 3 times in a row is just insanely difficult.
It's tough. Yeah,
that's tough to do. So like, I think the Raptors
Scotty giving you
30.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Scotty. RJ Barrett with 30 points. Brandon Ingram, where are you, brother?
Brandon Ingram, we gotta have some talks.
Might be some conversations needed. And then, honestly, though, like they're doing this without Emmanuel Quickly, who was their starting point guard. So I think that's impressive, just for them to get a game without Quickly. And also, shout out to Colin Murray Boyles, who is having a fantastic series. He's already an elite defender for his age, and he's still giving them 15 points off the bench, 20 points off the bench. Shout out to him. The Cavs, I did say the Raptors were going to give them some trouble just because of how young and athletic they are as a team. But, they better win game 4. That's all I'll say. They're going to be in trouble. Did I forget a series? Oh, Celtics Sixers.
I'm not worried at all. If I'm the Celtics in 5. Yeah, Celtics I'm not worried at all.
The Celtics look great. They have these games every year where they go cold for 1 or 2 games in the series. Like they played the Heat 2 years ago with pretty much the same team, and they lost to a Heat team without Jimmy Butler in the playoffs in Boston because Max Strus and Duncan Robinson went crazy, and we hit like 20 whatever threes. It is what it is. Shout out VJ Edgecombe. Historic performance for a rookie, first rookie since Tim Duncan to have 30 and 10.
Paul George hasn't been bad,
Paul George has been solid. Tyrese Maxey's been great.
Yeah.
Though Joel Embiid era is officially over.
They don't give it. That brother, he will not be on that team next year. I don't know what he's gonna get traded for, but he won't be there next year.
VJ Edgecombe looking like young D Wade. I like it. I like what I'm seeing.
What if the Pistons traded for Embiid?
Ew.
You think that would be nasty? Durant and Embiid? You think that's nasty? Yeah, that's
disgusting.
That's fine.
I don't think the Pistons would do that.
That's probably nasty. I don't know what team would want him though. Like maybe the Rockets. Maybe a team like the Rockets would be like KD and Embiid and Sengun. Woo! Like I don't know, but
yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't know what team would be like. Yeah, we want Joel Embiid right now.
I have. Wait, but are we doing anything else? NBA?
Wait, can I do my second? Yeah, get your shit.
I gotta find a picture. Hold on. What is going on my phone? There we go. All right. So I found a graphic. This is as of the beginning of the playoffs. Can you name? Let me see how many people on this list. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10. Can you name the top 10 playoff scorers since 2000?
Oh fuck. Since 2000, Kobe.
Kobe is number 2.
Braun
is number 1. That was easy.
Hell yeah, we good. Steph Curry.
Steph is number 5.
KD's
number 3.
Come on, what I got so far?
So you have LeBron, Kobe, Steph. You said KD? Yeah, KD. And you got 6 more.
Wait, is the top 10?
Yeah.
And what do I have? 1, 2, what and what so far?
You have 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Okay. No, I have Braun, Curry, Steph. No, Curry and Steph are the same people. I have Braun, Curry, KD,
Steph. Oh wait, you said that. Braun,
Kobe,
Curry, KD,
Kobe. Yeah.
LeBron is 1, Kobe's 2, KD is 3, Steph is 5.
Tim Duncan
is 4. All right, you got your top 5.
Come on.
It's about to get spooky.
Come on. Dirk.
I need you to get in your bag. Dirk is number 9.
Come on. D Wade.
D Wade is number 7.
Come on. I'm trying to think of who is in them teams. It's no more Lakers for sure. Who was dominating that era? It was a lot of it was Spurs, it was Heat, it was Warriors. Is it Harden? He's been in the playoffs every year. It has to be Harden. He has to be in there.
Harden is number 8.
Yeah, it has to be in there.
You have 2 more.
Okay, are they difficult ones?
One I don't think you're gonna get. The other one you should get.
Okay. Let me think. I'm going by. Like, I'm trying to think by team. Like who is those?
But this is since 2000, not 2010.
I know.
2000.
2000. Now I'm just thinking like all-time great players at this point. Is Shaq one of them?
Shaq is number 10. You got one more. This is the doozy. I don't know if you're gonna get this
one. And what number is this? This is number what, 8 or 7?
The one you don't have?
Yeah.
He's number 6.
Okay. T-Mac.
No.
Vince Carter.
No.
Is it a big?
I would say he was never. It's crazy because he was never the best player on his team.
But
Kawhi?
He was never the best player on his team. It's not Giannis. Never the best player. Is he currently still in the NBA?
No. I think the echelon of players you're thinking of are a little too great. Like he's not even in that echelon of players.
He was never the best player on his team.
He was nice. Like he was one of the best players at his position. He was a guard, but he was never the best player on his team.
He was a guard. He was like a scoring guard, or he was like a all-around guard.
He was a two-way guard, but he could score.
Two-way guard. He could score. Okay, don't tell me. I gotta get it now. He was never the best player on his team. Does he have a ring?
He has multiple rings.
Fuck. Tony Parker.
There you go. That's number 6.
Let's go. Come on. I did not have high hopes for myself, but we got
so there. Obviously the biggest surprise in the top 10 is Tony Parker, because I had no idea that he was in the top. Like he's above D Wade, Harden, Shaq, and Dirk.
Yeah,
for playoff points.
That's crazy. That's
insane. But he played in what, 5 finals, and they were getting to conference finals like every couple of years. So like, and he's got 4 rings, and a finals MVP.
That's a banger. TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, shout out. I was not. Tony Parker was not. Well, my mind was saying like Jamal Crawford. I wanted to say like Monte Ellis, but I was like, nah.
Jamal Crawford, nah.
I was like, you tripping. I was gonna say like Jason Kidd or some shit, but I was like, nah.
Jason Kidd. I thought you were gonna guess like I thought you were gonna say Chris Paul. But then when I said he was never the best player on his team, you were
that took that out of it for me. Yeah, I was like, can't be CP.
And then you said, does he have a ring? And I was like, yeah, he's got
he got a couple of them shits. And so that's our NBA talk. We can move over to day 1 of the NFL draft. Before we get into just like our like favorite picks or whatever, just running through like the top 10. I think Mendoza, everyone knew that was going to be the case with Fernando Mendoza. He's been the number 1 pick since the college football season ended. David Bailey at 2 to the Jets. I think people are going back and forth between Arvell Reese, David Bailey. Jets end up going David Bailey from Texas Tech. Number 3, the good old Cardinals. They take Jeremiah Love. 4 was a shocker to me. I'm not gonna lie. Cardinal take 4 feels a little high for me, but I see the vision. And then 5, Arvell Reese. 6, the Chiefs trade up and get Mansour Delane. Sonny Styles falls to the Commanders at 7, which I think is a great pick for them. Saints go Jordan Tyson 8. I feel like every mock had the Browns taking Spencer Fano at 9. They end up doing it. And then the Dexter Lawrence trade gets the Giants Francis Mauigoa from Miami. And so, what did you think of the top 10? Did you have anything shock you at all? Or was it pretty much business as usual for you?
Well, one, the Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love. It was mocked everywhere, but like,
come on.
What a terrible process in terms of building a team. You have one of the worst O-lines in football. You have no quarterback. I mean, not a long-term option of quarterback. Jacoby Brissett is fine for a bridge quarterback. You don't really know who your number one receiver is. It's probably a tight end, which is fine. But like, you picked Marv top 5 3 years ago, and you still don't know what he is as a player because he can't stay healthy. And I can't name anyone on the Cardinals defense outside of Budda Baker. So like, you couldn't take Arvell Reese number 3 or Sonny Styles. Like, y'all need a game changing defensive player. I think Sonny Styles he's probably a little bit overrated, but like, he's still better than what they have. I think Arvell Reese should have been the pick for them, just because if you get an elite pass rusher, that could change the whole trajectory of your defense. Mm-hmm. And then the Chiefs trading up for Mansour Delane. Like, bro, I don't think anybody was going to take him. It was a picture of, do you remember that picture of the guy holding the McChicken and he's got like his thumb creasing through the McChicken, and the caption says, "Yo," he's like, "Yo, relax, bro. Nobody's taking your sandwich." That's how I feel about the Chiefs trading up to take Mansour Dillon. Nobody was taking him, but the Chiefs had 9.
Yeah, they thought the Commanders would take him, I think they thought the Commanders would take him at 7.
Nobody was taking him, bro. Granted, he is the best corner in this draft, but I don't think the Commanders were taking him at 7. I don't think so. I think they could have got him at 9. Yeah. I think it was an overreaction to. So here's what I think happened. The Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love cooked everybody else, because I think the Titans were going to take
Titans were pissed.
He was there. And then I think if he was there for the Giants, they probably would have taken him too. And at that point, Cardinal Tate going to the Titans, cooked the Browns, because I think the Browns wanted Cardinal Tate. Mm-hmm. So after that, they trade down and they get a solid tackle for their O-line, which they desperately need.
And then they trade back up to get KC Conception.
And then they trade right. So they get their receiver, they get their O-lineman. But in terms of the top 10, like, trading up for Mansour Delane, like, he's a good player. I don't know if he's an elite corner. He's a bit undersized. But we'll see what happens. They did need DB help. They also need pass rush help. So I thought they were trading up to maybe get some pass rush, maybe take David Bailey, because David Bailey was dropping. Or not David Bailey.
Arvell Reese.
No, Bain. Ruben Bain.
Oh, Ruben Bain. Yeah, he went to the Bucs.
At like 15, 16, which is a shocker to me. But yeah, I thought they were trading up to get an edge rusher, because all they have really is like Chris Johnson and George Karlaftis, who's up and down a lot. So like, but oddly enough, his pro comp is Trent McDuffie, who they just traded in the offseason. So maybe he'll just fit right in. You trade your all pro corner, you draft a corner top 10. We'll see how that process works out. But for me, like, the biggest disappointment was definitely Jeremiah Love going 3. Not because I don't think he'll be a good player. He'll be a great player. But I don't understand you trading or signing Tyler Algier, bringing back James Conner, not keeping it a buck with Trey Benson and just telling him, hey, bro, you're going to be the 4th running back on this team. And now you're paying Jeremiah Love the most guaranteed money of any running back in the NFL. Absolutely insane. And you have no foundation. What is the foundation of this team? You have no quarterback. So now you're just anticipating this offense will be bad. I don't think this is going to be an elite offense. You don't think this is going to be an elite offense. The division is a bloodbath. You have to go through the Rams, the Seahawks, and the 49ers, who are all
6 games against them.
6 games a year. That's probably 5 L's minimum.
Yeah.
And you don't have any, like, I feel like there's just no plan. It's just like, hey, we're going to take the best player on the board and build around him. Can you learn from other teams' mistakes? We just watched the Raiders last year do the exact same thing, and they got lucky getting the number 1 pick. And Mendoza's not even this elite quarterback prospect. He's really good. Like, I think he can be.
I think he's fine.
And yeah. I think in a perfect world, he can be like a Jared Goff, like Matt Ryan type of quarterback. And I think that's great. Like, those are MVP level guys with MVP level seasons. But you're banking on your offense being terrible, and then like, oh, please, I hope we get Archer or Dante Moore, and you might end up with the 5th pick, and now you got to take
Kirk Cousins won you 5 games.
I'm saying, like, the process is just bad, bro. And I like, you look at the Raiders, you look at even the Falcons. Like, the Falcons took Bijan, and then they reach for Penix, and it's like, where's the consistency here? The Giants did it with Saquon. You can't take a running back before you have your foundation. You can't build around a running back. It's 2026. Yeah. This is not 1990 where you're giving your running back 300 carries and you can throw the ball 20 times a game and win. The Eagles can do that, but they only did it once, and Saquon needed 2,000 yards to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's bad process, bad GMing.
No, I'm totally with you. I think poverty orgs exist for a reason. Like bad teams stay bad orgs stay bad. The Cardinals are a poverty org. Like you said, they have no recognizable players on defense outside of 30-year-old Buda Baker. And let me just read you some numbers. They were 27th in total yards allowed, 24th in passing yards allowed, 25th in rushing yards allowed, 29th in points allowed, 27th in third down defense, 25th in red zone defense, 28th in sacks, 24th in hurries. Like this is by all accounts one of the 5 worst defenses in the league. And Arvell Reese is sitting right there for you. And you say, you know what? Give me that fucking running back. Like I think Jeremiah Love is great. I think he will have
a great player.
A very good career. I just think that like you said, and I'm not a guy that's like RBs don't matter. Like I think Saquon, you see it. Even a guy like James Cook, Derrick Henry, Ken Walker, like the difference is all those teams had some sort of structure in place before they got the running back. Like, but the Eagles already had their big 3 in Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith, and then they bought in Saquon. The Bills already knew Josh Allen was the guy, and then they were like, all right, James Cook, we're going to pay you this bread. Derrick Henry, the Ravens already knew that Lamar was their guy. Ken Walker, he broke out. The Seahawks already had everything in place. Like, for a running back to really hit their potential, everything around them has to be working in tandem. And I don't think the Cardinals are in that place yet. Like, it will be a Saquon situation where, like, they win 13 games in 4 years, and then at the end of his rookie deal, he's like, catch y'all later, and he goes into some other team.
And he goes to the Chiefs after Ken Walker's done with his deal. And I think, like, for a running back to have such impact on a bad team, it doesn't even translate to wins. I look at Adrian Peterson, damn near the greatest running back of all time, at least of his generation. Got drafted to the Vikings. They made the playoffs twice.
Look at Bijan.
Why? Because in your division, you also have the Packers, and the Lions weren't great, but like you have to face Aaron Rodgers and the Packers 2 years in a row. I mean, 2 years, two times a year. But like, if your team needs other things, why are you drafting a running back? It makes no sense to me.
I agree, bro. Look at Bijan. Look at CMC, offensive player of the year caliber guys, and they've won fuck all.
The best example of a team drafting a running back at the right time was the Lions drafting Jahmyr Gibbs a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Even though he had to sit behind David Montgomery his first year, the Lions had a structure. They traded for Jared Goff. They drafted Amon-Ra. They drafted Jamison Williams. They drafted Trey Hendrickson. They drafted Penei Sewell. Like, these are premium position players. They go in the second round and they get Brian Branch, and they hire Ben Johnson to lead their offense. And then they say, you know what? Let's draft this freak out of Alabama who's 5'9", 200 pounds and runs a 4.3, a 4.29. I hate seeing great running backs go to bad situations. Like, we see it over and over every year. Next year, somebody else is going to be in a terrible situation. I don't know who it's going to be, but like, the Breece Halls of the world,
yes.
I'm gonna throw Genty in there for now because the Raiders aren't a great team.
Early career Josh Jacobs, rushing yards leader.
Josh Jacobs with the Raiders couldn't get. He was getting 1,000 yards, but like couldn't consistently produce in a way that was productive for the team. And they're asking Derek Carr to lead them, and he has one shoulder. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. I'm no GM. These guys know more football than I'll ever know, but like, at some point, you can't keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. And the Cardinals need to find a franchise player. They don't have one. It was supposed to be Marv. I don't think that ship has completely sailed, but he's clearly not the player that he was supposed to be. And that's fine. But you can pivot. Like, Jeremiah Love's not going to be, I'm not going to say a franchise player, but like, he's not going to change the trajectory of your franchise by himself. A quarterback can do that. A pass rusher can do that. An O lineman, a left tackle can do that.
Yeah, if you give Jeremiah Love 40 carries a game and that offensive line is getting pushed back on 39 of those carries, what the fuck you think is gonna happen? Jeremiah Love is not making nothing shake for you.
Exactly what happened to Ashton Genty last year.
Yeah, like
you can't even get past the line. Yeah.
And so Cardinals are horrible. What do you think of the Giants? They end up with 2 top 10 picks. They trade Dexter Lawrence. They walk out of there with a tackle to protect Jackson Dart, and they walk out of there with Arvell Reese. Back-to-back pass rushers. Last year they took Abdul Carter. They now have Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Arvell Reese. I think this pretty much ends the Kayvon Thibodeau era in New York. I think with either in the next 48 hours or definitely by the time football comes back, he will not be on the Giants. And so, they're either moving for a day 2 or 3 pick this year or next year. Malik Neighbors is on the Bleacher Report stream. He very badly wanted Caleb Downs. They did not draft Caleb Downs. And so, what do you think about the Giants haul?
W, man, W. They traded a D tackle that gave them a half a sack last year. I still think he's a good player, but they took advantage of the Bengals' desperation. Like, the Bengals are in a win now mode. They needed something on the defensive end after letting Trey Hendrickson go. And for the Giants, I mean, you get a pass rusher who's better than Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, let's be for real. Kayvon Thibodeau was just an athletic freak.
Who hasn't really produced much in the NFL.
Who hasn't produced much. Yeah. And he's opposite side Brian Burns and still can't produce. So, like, and Abdul Carter had a pretty solid rookie year. So, like, if I see that and I know that I can probably trade him for something else that we need, like if the Giants want to trade him for a corner or a safety, they can probably get away with that. I thought they were going to take Caleb Downs at 10. But I understand the process of not taking a safety top 10. Like that's a lot to ask in a league where, like,
taking a tackle.
Where you can. I understand taking a tackle, especially when your quarterback already had 2 concussions last year.
Exactly.
And your running back is CTE man. It's great process. I give them like an A just off the fact that they were able to trade their all-pro defensive tackle and get I don't know if he's an elite pass rusher, but I think he'll be damn good. Like at some point he'll be in the top 10.
I like the Giants class.
And drafting a tackle is never sexy, but like it also works out when your quarterback isn't getting touched. So hopefully it works out for them. I did want to ask you about the Jets. What do you think of the Jets draft?
So
do you think they should have taken they should have the role should be switched between Bailey and Reese? Like Reese should be on the Jets and Bailey should probably be a Giant.
They end up with 3 first-round picks. They obviously traded Sauce, so they had a second one. They traded back in for another one. They end up with David Bailey, Kenyon Sadiq, and Omar Cooper Jr. I like the process. I just don't think that the players in this draft are that good. Like I think
I hate this.
I think like a tight end is fine. I think like you needed weapons, right? For Geno and Garrett Wilson. There can't just be him and AD Mitchell. That can't be what it is. So I think getting Omar Cooper and getting Kenyon Sadiq and trying to build some semblance of a reasonable offense makes sense to me, especially when your head coach is Aaron Glenn and like he's not doing shit on the offensive side of the ball. So you do need to make some shit shake. I totally get that. I think David Bailey over Arvell Reese. I personally would have taken Arvell Reese, but like
same. I think he's a more versatile player.
Yeah,
because you can put him anywhere.
Yeah, I just prefer Arvell Reese, but like I see the vision. Like they wanted an edge rusher. They felt like based on what they had seen, David Bailey was the better of the two. So cool. They take what they think obviously is the best defensive player in the draft, and then they take their choice of receiver. I think Omar Cooper is good. I think Omar Cooper is a good receiver to put next to Garrett Wilson, who's going to do all the wide receiver one shit, all the X receiver shit, and Omar Cooper can work on the backside. Kenyon Sadiq, I think he's going to be a mismatch for a lot of linebackers. I worry about like guys who come in at this like uber like the Noah Fants of the world, who come in and they're like super athletic and you expect them to be these like Gronks and these Brock Bowers, and then they're just not that, until like
remember the tight end the Broncos drafted
Albert O
was one of the best athletes to come in at the tight end position and just did absolutely nothing and couldn't stay healthy.
Even Kyle Pitts, Kyle Pitts was this like freak athlete, and he was supposed to be the best tight end ever, and it's like kind of mid, You know, like he's like, okay, cool.
But I also think tight ends take a while to develop. Like every tight end doesn't have that impact year 1, year 2. Like everybody's not gonna have the Brock Bowers, Tucker Kraft, Sam Laporta impact in their first.
Trey McBride
even George Kittle. Yeah, it took Trey McBride like 3 years to get his wings under him.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, you're sitting there at 15. If you were planning on taking a receiver, like clearly you had tight end as a priority because they took Mason Taylor last year in the second round, who I think is pretty decent. Like he's not a bad player. He's also like 21 years old. Mekhi Lemon is sitting there at 15.
I would have easily took Mekhi Lemon.
I easily take Mekhi Lemon. Easily. Now you have your slot guy. You have Garrett Wilson. You develop Mason Taylor and let Geno just air it out because like the Jets aren't going anywhere this year.
And then you take a tight end in the third round and call it a day. Like I agree.
If you really want a tight end that bad, like
it's like Max Clare and
not even
Eli Stowers.
Eli Stowers and like people like Oscar Delp. You could take Oscar Delp in the 4th, 5th round. Max Clare, if you need a guy that can block and be a super athlete, can take him in the 3rd, 4th round. Justin Jolly. Like there's guys here that you don't need to reach for that can do what you need them to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Tight end is not like I'm not a fan of taking a tight end top 15 if he's not an elite prospect. And Kenyon Sadiq across the board from the last like 4 or 5 years is like ranked number 8 or 9 amongst all the tight ends that have been taken in the first 2 rounds.
Like Michael Mayer is a better prospect.
Michael Mayer was a much better prospect
than
Kenyon Sadiq. Tyler Warren was a better prospect than Kenyon Sadiq. Tucker Kraft, Sam Laporta, and even though he went in the 4th round, Harold Fannin, or he went in the 3rd round, he was a better prospect. So like, I think he can be good, but like he needs to be in an offense that features him as the number 1 option. And I don't know if he's a number 1 option type of guy. Like the guy who was behind him at Oregon is a better prospect than he is, and he's coming out next year.
Yeah. I think I wanted to know what you thought about the Caleb Downs to Dallas because I was a fan. I think the Cowboys honestly usually take the players that you think
they take the stars. They take the big names in the draft. They took CeeDee Lamb. They took CeeDee Lamb when they already had Amari Cooper, and then they took Trayvon Diggs, who was solid. And they took Micah Parsons. It's like and Ezekiel Elliott. So they always take these big names. I'm not shocked. As soon as the Giants didn't take him, I was like, somebody's about to trade up. And then the notification comes on my phone. I would give it like a B+. I do think they need help in the secondary, and like you have your offense is pretty much set. Like you have Dak Prescott leading the charge with Javonte Williams, CD, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson. So your offense is set. Your O-line is solid. I thought they were going to take Bain when they traded up because you trade away Micah Parsons. You do get an edge. They got an edge in the 20s. They ended up getting an edge in the 20s. But like, I thought they were like, hey, we're going to take Ruben Bain, the guy that was playing in the national championship. But their secondary also needed some help. So like, I'm not mad at it. Hopefully Downs is healthy because he has had some health issues coming in.
Degenerative knee issues.
He might have a degenerative knee. Exactly. We don't know, but the process isn't bad. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a fan of drafting safeties extremely high, especially when you can get great value in the 2nd round. But sometimes you got to draft guys that fit your team. And I think he's a do-it-all, jack-of-all-trades type of safety.
Yeah, and I think it'd be cool that him and his brother play each other this year. It's rare that Caleb or Josh.
Caleb's gonna smoke him, bro. Okay, Josh is so small. He's so small.
I do think there's you're insane if you think that he's gonna see his brother come over the middle of the field and be like, I'm gonna hurt this nigga.
No, I'm gonna lay him out. I'm gonna lay him out.
Yeah, not in the same way that you want to lay out a normal nigga.
Oh yeah, for sure. But if I had a brother and I see him coming across the middle of the field, I'm laying him out.
Yeah, I think.
And then I'm talking crazy to him when it's over.
Because I think we've gotten to see like Kelsey versus Kelsey, but they're not on the field together. Like they're just like, oh, cool. But like there's a legitimate, or like Stephon Diggs and Trayvon Diggs, but like whatever. But like I think there's a legitimate chance that like Josh Downs and Caleb Downs are like lined up against each other.
Lined up in a slot. Yeah. I can see that.
I think that's cool. So that'll be a good game to watch. The last two that I wanted to talk about, the one about my team, the one that I actually wrote something down for was Mekhi Lemon to the Eagles. I actually loved the Mekhi Lemon to the Eagles pick. He was supposed to go
your
to
team.
The next one is Jadarian Price. I didn't write shit down for him. I was just going off the dome. But for Mekhi Lemon, I wrote some shit down for. I love the Mekhi Lemon pick. He was talking to the Steelers, and then the Eagles traded up over the Steelers to get him, and so he ends up going to the Eagles. Obviously, the AJ Brown era is over. I see a lot of people being like, "Oh, you don't need you're not gonna just plug Mekhi Lemon into." Mekhi Lemon is personally my wide receiver one of this draft. I think he's a reliable target. He converted on 57.1% of his contested targets. So it's not like he's just he's got to be super open to get him the ball. He has a 2.8 career drop rate, forced a missed tackle on 26.3% of his receptions. Like, he's a great player. Like, sure, he lined up a lot in the slot. So did JSN. So did Emeka Egbuka. So did Malik Neighbors. Like,
so did CeeDee Lamb.
So did CeeDee Lamb. Like, he had a 99.9 PFF deep receiving grade. He's not just some catch it on a slant. Like, he can win downfield deep. He's going to be your zone beater. Like, 72% of his career yards came on throws either 0 to 9 yards or 20 plus. So he's either winning short or winning deep. Like, he can do pretty much everything. Go for it.
I think I like him as a player too. I think the Amon-Ra comps are a little too much for me. Mm-hmm. But I understand them because
I think people just comp that for people just throw that shit out there
because he's a slot that played for USC. Like, so we're gonna name him Amon-Ra. But I do think I see a little Cooper Kupp to his game. I see like a bit of Amon-Ra, like his style. He's a physical guy, but I had him number 2 in his class. I think in terms of like real NFL production, I think Carnell Tate has the best skill set. But in terms of like where the NFL is going and what they try to shift to, I think Lemon fits that perfectly. Like Carnell Tate is your traditional X guy that can kind of move around and make contested catches deep, and Lemon is the guy you dump it off to underneath. But like, I don't like the fit. I like the pick for the Eagles, but I don't like the fit with him and Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is not really a guy that throws over the middle a ton. Maybe with the new OC coming in, they changed that up a little bit, but like, he's a chuck it deep or check it down type of guy. And they already have Dallas Goedert for the check downs, and they already run the ball 20 to 25 times a game. So like, where does Mekhi Lemon fit in this? What type of role is he going to play? I'm curious to see. I do think at that point, you just take the best player on the board.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
And if you're trading AJ Brown, I'm not going to argue with it. But I wish he went to a better situation, or a situation where I feel like he could get a consistent amount of targets. But the Eagles do like feature their best players. I will say that. Like, they featured AJ Brown a ton when they needed to. They featured Devontae. Like, Devontae still had 800, 900 yards most seasons. Saquon gets his carries. Dallas Goedert gets his targets. Had his career high in touchdowns last year. So they do get their best players involved. I'm just curious about the consistency week to week, because we know Jalen Hurts one week might throw for 300 yards and the next week he throws for 120.
Yeah, but if I'm the Eagles, the way I feel about it is like, hey, we're going to take the best player on the board and we're going to force you to become a more complete quarterback. And if you can't do it, then you're just not our quarterback. And that just is what it is. And then we try and move on. But like, I think people have a misconception with Mekhi Lemon that like he can't win like outside, and that's just not the case. Like, he does struggle with press, but like, which I think is fair. Yeah. But like, that's why you have one of the best man press beaters in the NFL in Devonta Smith. Like, so like I think he can run every route. Like, Devontae is going to be your deep man press beater, and Mekhi Lemon is going to be your zone beater who can also make catches downfield if you need it. Like, how I just think, like, when I watched the Eagles, like, how many times last year did we see AJ Brown and Devonta Smith on these long ass developing routes, Jalen Hurts scrambling around trying to see what to do and either throwing it out of bounds or hucking it downfield? Like, now I think he will have a guy that can create easy answers for him. And like, if it's not, and it'll be easy answers in the section of the field he's not comfortable throwing to. But guess what, buddy? Get fucking comfortable. Like, you've got to become a complete player. We're not going to keep building around your shortcomings. Like, we're going to take the best player on the board and force you to be able to get the ball in his hands. That just is what it is. And if you can't, then maybe you don't fucking belong on the Eagles. And I think that's a fair thing to say. So yeah, I love the Mekhi Lemon pick here. I think that he's going to fit. He's not going to play the AJ Brown role. I think Devonta Smith is going to do that, but I think he's going to be a good player.
Octavian Wicks is going to play some type of
and Hollywood Brown. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're good.
But I think damn, what was I about to say? Had a brain fart. I don't even remember. I just forgot it. It's all good.
It's
It's
cool.
all good.
I like the Eagles pick.
You were talking about the long development routes. I will say a lot of that was Kevin Patullo because
fair.
when Kellen Moore was the OC, they had AJ Brown running his slants. They had AJ Brown running dig routes and posts and not just running the 9 and hoping 4 verticals works like we're playing Madden.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious to see what their offense looks like. We know they're going to run the ball. We know they're going to touch push. We know they're going to kill the clock. But I'm curious to see how they spread the ball around. And yeah, asking Jalen Hurts to be a more complete quarterback, I think, could help him just last longer in the league. He is losing some athleticism, and he was very inconsistent last year. So I think this is like the not make or break year for Jalen Hurts, but the year we start looking at him sideways like, hey, bro, we know you got the Super Bowl, but like, are you the long-term answer?
And I think it's fair for the Eagles to think about what life after Devonta Smith looks like, to start thinking about that, because people act like Devonta Smith is this young guy. He's 27. Like by the time Mekhi Lemon is in year 3, Devonta Smith will be 30. And then it's like, okay, cool. Let's hand the reins off to Mekhi Lemon. And the same shit that happened with JSN. The Luther Burden kind of comp of like, hey, we got some good players here now. But by the time that Mekhi Lemon is ready to be his peak version, I think we can say, hey, maybe Devonta Smith might be leaving his peak, and we can do a nice little handoff. So I like the pick for the Eagles. The last one that I wanted to talk about was Darian Price. Obviously, the last pick in the first round to my Seattle Seahawks. I'm not thrilled with it, to be totally honest with you. I think a lot of people on Seahawks Twitter are like, hey, John Schneider, executive of the year. I have all the trust in the world in John Schneider. I think he has a case to be the best current GM in football. And I think it's like him and Howie Roseman. And like, hey, Howie Roseman makes mistakes. He took fucking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. Like, just because John Schneider is executive of the year and makes all these good moves does not mean that he's immune to ever making a mistake. I personally would have rather taken a corner. I think that we lost a lot this summer. Your Super Bowl team gets fucking pilfered. And I think that the Seahawks wanted to trade down. They said that multiple times. They wanted to trade down. A trade never came about, whatever. A bunch of teams traded into 29, 30, 31. So by the time it got to 32, there was nothing. No one else wanted to trade down. And so we ended up sticking and picking. I would have rather taken an Avion Terrell. I would have rather taken a Colin Hood. I would have rather taken a Tyrone Stooks, an Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. If Jermon McCoy, if the medicals are right, I don't think Jermon McCoy is still there. So maybe the medicals aren't right. But if the medicals are cool, I would have rather taken Jermon McCoy. But like, and taking a Jonah Coleman in round 3 than take Jadarian Price, who's never had more than 15 carries in a game or 123 times in a season at the back end. If I'm taking a first-round running back, it's got to be Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Jeremiah Love, Ashton Jeanty level kind of guy.
CMC.
Yeah, and Jadarian Price is just not that. Like, I would have rather, swear to God, I would have rather, if taken an Avion Terrell right now and then Jonah Coleman in round 3 or Mike Washington in round 3, or if those guys aren't there, take a corner now. And then if we can't get a running back, we can't get a running back and rock out with Sharps, Emmanuel Wilson. Hell, give up a fucking 6 and go get Kamara. Go get Jalen Wright off the Dolphins. Give Kendre Miller a shot on the Saints. Like, there's plenty of running back depth around the league. Rather than using a first round pick on a running back, especially on a guy who I just don't think he's that good. I don't. And I would have rather taken my shot at running back in the 2027 class. So I don't love the pick, but like, that's not to say I got to see what happens for the rest of the year. The Seahawks obviously had a hole at running back. They have a hole at corner. We have a hole at safety. We have a hole at we don't have a hole at guard. We're bringing back our entire Super Bowl winning offensive line. But like Anthony Bradford, we could use a right guard, So like, I think that there is a lot of things that we need to fill. I would have rather done corner over running back. But hey,
fair.
We'll see what happens.
Fair. Did you want to talk about what the Rams did last night?
Oh yeah, Ty Simpson. I'll let you kick that one off. That was a shock. Ooh. I saw it on Twitter, so I was like, "Damn!" But I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, you texted me like 5 minutes before, and I'm thinking they're gonna take Mekhi because I'm like, Mekhi Lemon's your favorite player in the draft, and I know you wanted him to go somewhere where he could produce. Like being on the Rams is elite.
Yeah.
And I'm at dinner and I look up at the TV and I see Ty Simpson. I said, "Yo, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way." Les Snead is a good GM. I think he's reached a little bit. He's traded first round picks for stars, but like they have a championship. They were just in the NFC Championship last year. They hit on Puka Nacua. They've drafted a really good front seven. But you didn't feel like you needed, I don't know, another receiver, given that Puka Nacua is in rehab. He's doing fine. He's great, but he's in rehab. Devontae Adams is 33 years old.
And you were trying to trade him this summer.
And they had him in trade talks with AJ Brown. And it makes me think maybe they'll take a guy in the second round, which is fine. But like, so and a lot of people are comparing this to the Jordan Love situation. Jordan Love was graded out as a first round quarterback in his draft. The same draft with Tua and Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow. That draft, he was like the number 4 rated quarterback in that draft and went in the first round. And the Packers have a history of developing quarterbacks. Are we just going to put blind faith into Sean McVay and say, hey, he's under Sean McVay. They took him top 15. They got faith in him. The Vikings had Kevin O'Connell, who's also a QB whisperer. And J.J. McCarthy is throwing rocks at Justin Jefferson. Yeah. He can't even
they brought in a new quarterback. They brought in Kyler.
Bring in a new quarterback. And this is J.J. McCarthy's third year.
Yeah.
So obviously Matthew Stafford won't be there too much longer. A year, 2 at like very, I think this is last year. I think
McVay didn't seem like he was too happy about it either.
And McVay looked hot on the podium. I don't think Ty Simpson is a good quarterback. I don't think Ty Simpson. It's not even about taking a quarterback, but there was no quarterback for you to even reach on. Like he's a game manager who consistently hits throws over the middle. Congratulations. You know who can do that? Mac Jones.
Yeah. But the thing is, like,
you took Mac Jones at 15.
Like McVay had Jared Goff, who was like okay, like do what we ask him to do quarterback. And he said, I don't fucking want that. I want Matt Stafford, gunslinger, can make every throw quarterback. And that's what he needed to win us. That's not Ty Simpson.
He's not even close to what Jared Goff was. Because if he was, he'd be a little bit closer to what Mendoza is. It's a prospect. So
I also think like McVay was pissed because like he's trying to win now. He wants a player that's going to help him win in fucking February. Ty Simpson is not doing that. I've seen people say like maybe McVay, because McVay has made these weird comments of like, hey, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be doing this. He's like 38. He's like, yeah, I don't know how long, like, and that he wants to like take a break from coaching. And a lot of people feel like his tenure is tied to Stafford. It's like when Stafford goes, McVay goes. And so, like, maybe that's how the Rams GMs feel of like, hey, when you're not here, we gonna have Ty Simpson. We believe in Ty Simpson. I also saw that like Les Snead is cool with Ty Simpson's pops, and so they took
he's
a
family friend.
Okay, sure.
God, bro.
Regardless, I think that McVay. I do think there's some truth to the fact that hey, McVay is not going to be here longer. Like much longer when after Stafford goes. So I think that that'll be a very weird scenario for the Rams.
I think that would have depended on like the guy that was sitting behind Stafford.
yeah.
And for it to be Ty Simpson, that's just not enticing to me. If you waited to next year, I don't know if they have their first round pick next year, but
I don't know. They treat picks like candy.
Candy is like fodder to them. But
yeah.
If they did have a first round pick next year, there's like 6-7 quarterbacks that might get drafted in the first round next year. And it's always, why is that always?
Why is it such a common number?
It always is about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But there's like at least 5 legit prospects that could go next year if they declare. We know at least 2 at right now. And Arch could declare, Julian Sane could declare, Trinidad Chambliss has no choice. He's 25 years old. So they could have waited. They could have traded for a project like an Anthony Richardson or I don't know any other projects going around right now, but that
Spencer Rattler. You know, like someone
like
someone
somebody.
that's a backup that has proved that they can win a game as a
Sean
starter.
McVay said. Sean McVay said in the press conference, "Yeah, he'll be competing with Stenson for the QB too."
Yeah.
I bet he will.
Bennett.
Stetson Bennett. If you're taking a first round pick, he shouldn't even be competing. He should be competing for QB1.
Yeah.
Granted,
exactly.
he's not gonna win it, but like you should envision him already as like, yeah, I could see like when the Packers took Jordan Love, they're like, yeah, he'll be our backup, but he'll be ready if Aaron goes down type. And he kind of wasn't, but like the development you need. It took Jordan Love 3 years to get at least consistently at the level that he's at, and he's not even like elite level quarterback, and he was taken like number 23.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson's just not good, bro. I would never high on him. I thought he would go in the second round, like the Cardinals might take him second round, or the I'm trying to think of another, like the Steelers maybe in the second round, a team that like is very unsure of their quarterback situation, or the Jets to have him sit behind Geno for like the first half of the season. That might be the worst pick. Second worst pick. The Jeremiah Love thing is still bad because at least there's process in this. Like but
at least Jeremiah Love is good.
but like there's something about like your quarterback having weapons already, like when he's ready to start. But then again, JJ McCarthy had that. Like he had Justin Jefferson, he had Jordan Addison. Ty Simpson will have Puka Nacua. He may or may not have Devontae Adams, but he'll have like Terrence Ferguson, and Kyron Williams will probably still be there. So like they'll have weapons for it to ease him in. At the same time, it just might not work out. Like Michael Penix is struggling to keep his starting job right now. So we'll see what happens. That was the most shocking pick of the night. Before we go, do you have any sleepers that you love in this, or kind of like, or you're fans of?
I'm a big Avion Terrell fan. I am. I know he's undersized. I think that he's going to be a good corner in the league. I don't think he's going to be a corner one, but like I think that he will be a good player, right? And like sometimes when you're picking in the second round, you're happy with a good fucking player. Whether or not they're like this premier guy doesn't really matter if he's a second round pick. So I really like Avion Terrell. I'm a fan. I go back and forth on Zion Young, the edge from Missouri. I think he will be a pretty good at. He's quick. He like creates quick pressure, and all this is coming from like the research I've done with the Seahawks on what we need, and like we need quick wins, and so like Zion Young is good at that. I like Traden Stukes, the senior out of Arizona. He ran a 4.3, which is like great for a safety in the combine. He's a versatile DB. Obviously, Arizona isn't a place that you think like, whoa, we need a player from Arizona, but like he was good. He was a very good player. And I feel like he can be placed in many positions throughout the secondary. So I'm a big fan there. I like D'Angelo Pons. Love me some D'Angelo Pons.
Small, but he's a dog.
Yeah. And I like Jonah Coleman. I like Jonah Coleman more than most if we're talking about running back.
That's my guy.
In terms of like wide receivers, I don't really love this class. I really don't. Like Zachariah Branch is cool.
I thought Surratt was your guy.
No, Surratt is not my guy. I know who my guy is.
You cooled off on Surratt?
I cooled off on Surratt. I did. I am a this is not gonna be a fun take, but I'm a Drew Lar guy. I hope he goes to a place where he has some place that he can throw the ball around, give him a chance. Big arm. I think the mechanics are decent. He throws a good ball. I know people like Garrett Nussmeier, but I'm a Drew Lar guy. Not saying he's going to be some top tier quarterback, but I'd like to see him get a chance somewhere. So I'll say Drew Lar is another my guy. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. I'm not touching quarterbacks, but
yeah.
I do think one of the quarterbacks that are interesting is Taylor Green. He's just a great athlete, and he might not be a quarterback, but he can be an NFL player somewhere, even if that's playing running back or receiver or whatever. He's just he might be a project where you bring him in and he just has like that Malik Willis arc where he sits behind and is needed and learns the system and then goes and makes his money elsewhere. Running backs, you already said it, but I love Jonah Coleman. I don't know why the NFL is so low on him. Like, I don't think he's elite at anything, but I think he's really good at everything. Like he's not super fast, but he can pass protect. He breaks a lot of tackles. He's a great goal line back, and he produces in the back, catching passes out of the backfield as well. So like he's a very well-rounded back. I think he reminds. I think we talked about it before. He reminds me a little bit of David Montgomery, a little bit of like maybe a slower J.K. Dobbins. And I don't understand why he's so low. Like I would not have him under Le'Veon Moss or Katron Allen or Jamari Taylor, like just because these guys are better athletes than him. Wide receivers. All right, I need you to stick with me. You got to write a couple names down. Number one, you knew this was coming. Skylar Bell out of UConn. Look, I understand the comp wasn't great, but I just think he's a good football player. I don't think he's going to be this amazing player, but I think he can be like somebody's wide receiver 3 someday. He just got to work on his hands. He had 11 drops last year, so if he works on his hands, I think he could be really, really good. Another guy, and I'm a little nervous about this one, but Chris Bell, who could be good, and they just cleared him. I like him. I see a little bit of like what Treylon Burks was supposed to be. And like a hint of AJ Brown in terms of just being like as big as he is and as strong as he is and still having the speed to take a slant to the house. Like he's a great athlete. If he's healthy, I believe he can be return on investment if he's a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I think he goes tonight. Somebody's drafting him tonight. I'm going to get to D tackle. Yes, my guy, Dominic Orange. I hope the Packers take him. I think he'll be there at 50, whatever. I don't know what pick we got. But I hope he's there. I think he's great against the run, and I think he can be a really good pass rusher. He just hasn't had the opportunity to do so, but all the tools are there. Yeah, I've been doing some D tackle research because we need one badly.
Yeah. I like Caden McDonald out of Ohio State, but he's probably going early day 2. So
he's gone. Yeah. I like Christian Miller, but he's going to be going as well. So like, and then another guy who, let me get to corners. A couple guys I like. You said Avion Terrell. I won't stay too much on him. D'Angelo Pons, he's a dog. Love him. I like Dalen Everett as well, at least for the range that the Packers have to pick in. Like you just need a rangy corner who is tall and lengthy and can keep up with some of these guys in our division. I mean, like, come on, we got to face Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown 4 times a year. We need, and we got the Bears coming in who have weapons at every position offensively. So like, they need corner help, they need D tackle help, and I'll give you one more. Hold on, let me find one more because I got
two. I can give you 2 more for me. If we're talking offensive line, I like Emmanuel Pregnon out of Oregon, super athletic. He's a guard. Yeah. Seahawks could use a guard. And Jennings Dunker out of Iowa. He's a tackle, but he can also be moved inside the guard. So I think both of those guys, if I'm looking for offensive linemen, I need athleticism. Both of those guys are super athletic dogs. So I like those 2 also.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. A guy who was like a highly touted prospect 2 years ago, had an injury and kind of just fell down draft boards. Harold Perkins. No, Harold Perkins Jr. I think he'll be a good player somewhere. I don't think his career, he's not the same player he was, but he is very versatile.
He's like Isaiah Simmons vibes.
Yeah, like an Isaiah Simmons type of guy. He's a great athlete. I do think he needs to work on his tackling. I think that'll keep him on the field. But yeah, he might be a sleeper, a guy that goes like the 4th or 5th round that can have an impact on someone's team as a rookie. It's hard to do that, especially in this class. Like this isn't a amazing class. There aren't a lot of stars as we know or as we are told. And as you do research, you realize that it's as bad as people say it is. But I think there are some guys that can contribute in certain roles. Last guy, Bryce Lance. It's Christian Watson 2.0. Literally. Same
North
school.
Dakota State too, yeah.
Same school, same build, fast as hell. Honestly, he could very well be a Packer. I don't know. I think they're taking a receiver at some point, and I don't think it's going to be him. I think they take Ted Hurst, which I'm not a big fan of him, but Yeah, he's another guy that I'm looking at and I'm thinking he could have like that Christian Watson type of impact where he's every catch he makes is 20 yards down the field, and once he gets the ball in his hands, nobody can really catch him.
Yeah, last name I'll say, obviously, got to give my Go Gators, got to give my boy some love. Caleb Banks went to the Vikings. Last one I'll say, Jake Slaughter, center, Florida. I think he's the best center remaining. Might be the best center in the draft, All-American guy for us. If you need a center, take Jake Slaughter. Go Gators.
He looks like he just love running dudes.
Yeah, that's my dog. But yeah, so that's our draft episode. We'll see you next time.
We see you guys.
One. The draft. I know I was not expecting to go this long. Next time we talk, the draft will be completely done, and we'll go give a total recap. We will see which series have concluded for the NBA playoffs. We'll talk about that. And yeah, anything that comes up in between now and then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you subscribe to Run It Up Pod everywhere that podcasts are found, especially on YouTube. Leave a 5-star rating review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. All of our socials are down in the description. Give us a follow: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everything good, everything great. I hope you guys have a litty day, a litty night, a litty life. And just like we do in every episode of this podcast, make sure y'all go run it up.